Hola, hola, alright friends, hello beautiful people, hello wonderful people. We're back again on another video on Elastic Views. Thank you for stopping by today. On this one, I've been really seeing a lot of stuff about this PPP loan, about how people are going to jail, people are getting in trouble, people are doing this, people are doing that. But what is the PPP loan exactly? So here, you're here to learn alongside with me, maybe as a student, as a upcoming entrepreneur. You're like, well, maybe I should know about this, but maybe I really don't know about this. But apparently this PPP loan is a sort of protection loan, sort of loan for small businesses, for upcoming businesses, and throughout this whole 2 years / 1 year of COVID, I think it's been really popular. So that's what we're just going to do. Y'all are just going to learn alongside with me about these PPP loan things, see if it's worth it, see why people are going to jail, see what not to do so that you don't go to jail this year, because I think it's very serious. And I think the government is taking it more seriously, because apparently some people are taking the loans, they're using it for other things, they're not being like genuine with it, they're using it for other things, and then they expect that some will be forgiving, some will turn to grant, because technically that's what they say that it is. So on this one, I just searched what is PPP loan. Exactly, that's exactly what I searched, and this is the first thing that comes up: paycheck protection program. So I don't know how long it's been around, but it seems like, you know, it started getting more and more popular these days just because of the whole small business thing. There's a lot of small businesses. Also, COVID helped a lot of small businesses have a say in things like, oh yeah, you can't cancel this, you can't do that, we need money, we need loans, we can't grow, we can't be normal startup businesses. So this one says an SBA backed loan that helps businesses keep their workforce employed during the COVID-19 crisis. So maybe it did start during COVID-19. Okay, SBA, which is US Small Business Administration. The Paycheck Protection Program is a loan designed to provide a direct incentive for small businesses to keep their workers on payroll. Borrowers may be eligible for PPP loan forgiveness. So this is what I think a lot of people are getting mixed ideas on. They feel like, oh, definitely, like they should just apply, money in their pockets is money in their pockets, and if they do just get that, then maybe potentially that they'll have loan forgiveness and they'll be able to pay. They won't be required to pay some things, and yeah, it's like they would be able to just go ahead and not pay. But I think that's why a lot of people are getting in trouble, honestly. Find an eligible lender that is participating in PPP. Oh yeah, I've seen this micro lenders before. Identify a loan. First draw PPP loans. If you have not received a PPP loan before, first draw PPP loans are available to you. Let's see how that looks. Second draw PPP loans. If you have previously received a PPP loan, certain businesses are eligible for a second draw. So there are multiple draws. No wonder people are getting in trouble, because I mean, there's just some things, you know, sound like me now. There are things when I see, I'm like this looks cool, let me see if I should apply to it. But I try to still see, like, is it worth it, is it not? Sometimes on here I try to go along with you guys just to learn alongside with me and see if I'm going to do it or not. But right now, I mean, the only small business in my head are just things, you know, here online digitally, and back home in Nigeria I don't have like a physical building or something like an actual small business physical building somewhere here in the US. So for people that have that right now, I think you should look into this, but at the same time be very careful, because I'm hearing a lot of things like people saying, well, you know, don't risk it. If you don't have the money, you don't have the money. Don't try to do all of that. Don't try to get a loan and then you don't pay back, and then you get in a lot of trouble for that. Let's see. Frequently asked questions. Let's see. Loan forgiveness application. Okay, that's for loan forgiveness though. Let's see how that's looking. This is what people actually get in trouble for. They have many different languages. Anyways, there's this interesting video I saw anyways with on the Ramsey show. And it's just saying, people are telling me to get PPP loan. Should I or should I not? Let's listen to some of it, and then I'll give my thoughts.
Oh, buddy, I'm focused and not finished. How are you today?
Yeah, I saw it a bit. I saw it earlier.
So I got a quick question for
and
you.
His answer was a bit interesting, like saying,
just started a business about 1.5 years ago, and the business is doing great. I mean, it's just 2 months in, and we're projecting it maybe tripling what we did last year. Things are well, but
exactly, things are well, so maybe you don't need it.
So. Because all these people keep coming to me like, hey man, you guys need to apply for this PPP money. There's like money, everybody else is getting all this.
Yeah, let me pause right there. I don't know why, it's very normal for people to feel like once there's money somewhere, start applying. I mean, you know, just like tax refunds here in the US, stimulus payments. You know, once there's money somewhere, people are like, yeah, have you applied for this? Have you applied for that? But don't always jump head on into things like that. Always think about it for yourself. Think about your long-term goals. Like, do you really need it, or is it just going to add an extra burden on your head? Like, oh, I need to pay this back. You know, sometimes these things, they push you in trouble.
You know, I know a realtor friend, they got $27,000.
Someone got $27,000.
And I've got two philosophies on it. Like, I've got no problem finding every single tax deduction to keep the money away from the thieves, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, on the other side of it is this a handout? Because I'm not looking for a handout. I'm looking to keep the money that I earn.
Right.
I'm not looking for the government to give me money that I don't deserve.
Right.
And so all these people tell me, like, well, you know, everybody else is doing it, everybody else is doing it. Why don't you do too?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking, like, you only have principles when it matters. Like, you show your true character when it matters. And is this a handout, or is this like getting tax money back?
Right.
You know?
Okay.
I just need
Tell me this. What line of work are you in?
Okay, let me skip that part.
plumbing.
He goes along to say he's in plumbing. This man says, okay, what do you do? How do you manage your business? Stuff like that.
It's not just
And
doing
then
well,
he
it's
gives him
doing
an
great.
answer.
You said you're about to triple your profits, your revenue from a year and a half ago. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. And business has been good for you. So I'm going to tell you this PPP loan, and I'm glad you called it a loan, because that's exactly what it is. People started calling it a grant. People started calling it X, Y, and Z. Here's the reality. The role of that money for this loan, which you and I both know, Alex, a loan is something you pay back. With this, it could be used for rent. It could be used for paying your team members. There were specific things it could be used for. Here's the issue. People are just now following through and trying to submit to find out how much of this is actually going to be forgiven and then how much they're going to owe. So I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of the people that are telling you and that are hyped up about, hey, got this free money. First of all, number one, it wasn't free, it was a loan. And the amount of paperwork they're having to jump through right now, I'm gonna tell you something. They've got a rude awakening happening, because people are submitting these, and from what I've heard from at least 4 of my banker friends, on average about 45% of them are being declined, which means that people are now going to start to get the payment plan that they're going to need for this money. So if I'm you,
Exactly, like you're getting money you don't have. It's not $1,000, it's not $2,000, it's not $3,000, it's not $4,000. It's like $10,000 and above. That's real in Yoruba, in my language, as a Nigerian Yoruba language. It's called bese. That's real bese. You're getting all this money, and then you now have to start making payment plans for this money, whereby you could have tried to make payment plans for what you can afford. But if you really needed it for something big and you felt like the returns were going to be good, I don't think it's a bad idea. But I just feel most times a lot of Americans feel like they can pay something off. I don't even know if they feel like, they just think like there's always some form of grant or some form of mercy. But I think the government is really starting to be a bit harder on these kind of things. Like, okay, y'all can just like me, like I made a mistake in my tax refunds. I think normally if that mistake happened, normally they could be like, yeah, that's fine, they'll still send me the money. But today they haven't sent it, and I have to like refile it once it gets rejected. So just a lot of things like that, you know, I feel. And of course, the government are trying giving people money, stimulus, loans, grants. It's always a bit easy to apply for those things here in the US. But I think when they see like people are doing too much, then it gets like this where they're very petty about it. So I would say for money this huge, like if you are not using it, you are not using it. Don't, because I'm seeing here in the comments, people are like, yeah, people are getting this money to go on vacations, to buy cars, and I'm just like,
do everything
like,
but
okay,
this.
they're definitely
this is not something that is ever going to go away. So if you owe the money, you owe it to the government. They'll take as long as they have to come get it or come after you. So it's not something I'd advise.
And I love his heart on principle, right?
Yeah.
So you find yourself out on an island, right? And you start looking around, and this is not just about PPP loan. This is about anything, right? I've got this principle that I want to work real hard, and if I need help, I'm going to ask for it. I don't need any help, but everyone else is just taking this as a free fall. Am I an idiot here?
Right. Am I missing out?
What am I doing here? His heart has.
Yeah. I'm glad I watched this video, and they're just trying to say like, okay, if you don't need it, don't get it. But at the same time, I feel like there's always people like, no matter what you say, when you do see that other people are getting, you may feel like, yeah, let me apply for this, let me apply for that, let me get that PPP loan. But I saw another like funny meme somewhere on YouTube that said PP prison, like PPP prison, because a lot of people are going to jail about it. And I saw that earlier. Let me see if I can find it. PPP loan taking people to jail. I saw stuff about that too, and I was just like, this is too much, because it's called PPP fraud. Depending on the circumstances, the federal government might charge people accused of defrauding the PPP under the following provisions: making a false statement. This can result in a fine up to 5,000 and up to 2 years in prison. Can you go to jail for taking an SBA loan? To obtain a loan where it results in serious criminal penalties. And this is not just, normally with tax refunds, sometimes they say they'll go to jail, but a lot of times they don't. But this one, like, people have been going to jail, especially recently. Look at this one, it says he went to prison. What PPP borrowers need to know about it: stimulus loan fraud, PPP loan forgiveness. Yeah. So everything kind of intertwines with the whole stimulus money, blah blah blah. But this one is specifically a loan and a type of thing for small businesses. So don't be tempted. If you don't need it, you don't need it. And as this is here, like on this channel, I think a lot of us are young people, but if you're not young, that's great. If you have something to teach us as well, please let us know in the comments. We're just here trying to learn. Maybe most of us are like upcoming business-minded people, upcoming entrepreneurs, and we're just trying to learn about these different things so that we won't be oblivious to what's going on or what's coming. So that's why I'm also learning about this. But thank you for stopping by. On here we do millennial talk, self-development, fake lifestyle, reaction videos, career find out sometimes. And actually after this one, we're going to do how to apply for a business credit card. And I'm decided to do that one because I don't have a business credit card currently. I have other credit cards, 1 or 2 really, but for an actual business credit card, I'm going to try to apply to it with this app I found. It's like it's not, maybe it's an Apple platform, but it's called Bank on Found, business banking for self-employment. That's what it says. So I'm interested. I've never tried it before, but I'm willing to work alongside with you all to see how it goes. So watch out for that on the next video. And before then as well, we've done a lot of videos on Coinbase, buying Bitcoin for the first time, learning about some things like this that can really help in your entrepreneurial minds, your mindsets. We've learned about different credit cards, how to get credit cards, how to apply for this, how to get your driver's license easily, how to apply for scholarships easily, all those kind of fun things. But thank you all so much for stopping by. No matter who you are, no matter where you're coming from, thank you. Don't forget to, of course, consider coming back for more. Subscribe, comment, share what you think, and let me know what you think. And we're growing together on this channel, so please feel free to join us as a learner and also join us as someone more experienced that can teach us a lot of these things. We're so very excited to meet you and to hear more from you. Thank you all so much. God bless you. I think that's it for now, and I'll see you again on the next one. Don't forget, always think about what you're applying for. Always do your research. Don't get in trouble with these things. Be careful. I mean, take risks, because I'm a risk taker. Take risks, but don't try to just do things obliviously and then go to jail, please. Thank you all so much again. God bless you all, and I'll see you again on the next one. Go to the next one and subscribe. Okay, God bless you. Bye.